Hey guys, Ivan here, and in this video I have a couple of stories, a couple of news for you, and the first one obviously that we're gonna talk about is Flex Wheeler's leg surgery, or actually leg amputation. That's right, you heard it right. His leg got partially amputated, and I'm not really sure exactly what happened, but I found an article, so let's read this article. It's from GenerationIron.com. It's been reported by EIN News that Flex Wheeler has undergone a sudden emergency surgery that required partial amputation of his leg. At this time, Flex Wheeler has not made an official announcement about the news. The rest of the article isn't about the details of the accident, it's just about who Flex Wheeler is. So guys, we don't have any information right now. All the other websites that made an article about this didn't really go into details because nobody really has the information. As far as we know, at this point, he had an emergency surgery done on his leg, and it says that it was a partial amputation. So, at this point, before Flex Wheeler actually makes an official announcement, we can just speculate. So, what could have happened? One of the things that happens to bodybuilders and other athletes as well is infection. Maybe he was doing an injection of something not sterile in his quad, which is also a very commonplace that bodybuilders are injecting stuff in, so it could have gotten infected, and for that reason he went to have a surgery, and that's what part of his leg was amputated. It seems more like it. Maybe it's another thing that would be more horrible, and that would be, having a whole foot or something like that amputated. So let's hope it's not something like that. Let's hope it's just a part of his muscle from a quad, hamstring or something like that. Let's just hope it's not a whole foot or, something like that. So we'll see what happens. I mean, at this point, we don't have any information. This is just pure speculation, and what we got is from a couple of other news media outlets that are saying that this happened. So it happened for sure, but what exactly was the cause and what kind of amputation we're talking about, we don't know. But as soon as I get that information, I will update you guys, so subscribe. Alright, so let's go now with something a little bit brighter, and it's not really a news, but it's just a video of Heath training. And at this point in his career, or at this point of the year, he has really no reason to look like this, and he looks really impressive. I mean, look at the size of those arms, the fullness in the shoulders and the chest. I mean, this guy is just insanely genetically gifted. I mean, you guys know that very well, we can talk about that for days, but the point is, he doesn't look this good just because of his genetics. I am very sure that he's eating hard and he is using a lot of stuff. You do not look like this year round if you're not using. He would definitely get smaller. He would lose the fullness. I know he's genetically gifted like crazy, but still, I mean, look at him. Look at this. This is like 4 weeks out of Mr. Olympia winning physique. I would say so. I don't think anybody from the days bodybuilding from 2019 Mr. Olympia lineup would be able to beat this. I don't think so. I don't think anybody is close to this level. I know the stomach is the problem, but still, I mean, with that stomach, the way it was looking in 2018, I still do think he would be able to win the Mr. Olympia 2019, even like that. But I'm sure he's well aware of the problem, so it will not look like that next time he steps on the stage, if he actually steps on the stage, which we do not know at this point. There's a lot of different opinions on this, and he is giving us mixed messages, so we're not really sure what to think. But if he looks like this at this point, I'm pretty sure he's gonna compete, because this is still the best physique in the world, if you ask me. I'm not saying that Sean Roden didn't deserve to win 2018 Mr. Olympia. He absolutely did, because of the conditioning and because of much better looking and controllable midsection, unlike that of Heath. But still, the muscularity of Heath is another level, and I think he's the most gifted bodybuilder of today. By far. There will be a bunch of videos about Heath before 2020 Mr. Olympia happens, so guys, stay tuned. But now let's go back to something more relevant, and this is the newest bodybuilding pro show that happened, and the winner was Nathan Diasha. The name of this show is Monster Gym Pro Show, and it is in Korea. It is a Mr. Olympia qualifier, so by winning this show, Nathan Diasha is officially qualified for 2020 Mr. Olympia. Juan Morel was very close to winning it. He looked better than he looked at the Mr. Olympia for sure, but probably not better than he looked at the New York or South America Arnold Classic. This guy in the middle, I'm not really sure what his name is. If you guys know, let me know, but he looks amazing as well. I do think Nathan deserved this victory, absolutely. I mean, Juan Morel was very full. not flat like the last time we saw him. His conditioning was good and he was very full as well, so I really liked what I saw right here of Juan Morel, but Nathan Diaz is definitely looking better. He's more complete and he was probably more conditioned. You can see it in his entire physique, but I think it's most obvious from the back poses. Anyways, that was the Korean Monster Gym Pro show. Nathan Diaz won it, deservedly so, and he is qualified for the next Mr. Olympia 2020. Alright, so next up we have Wesley Visser's guest posing routine, and in this posing routine, in this video, he definitely does seem improved. He seems very hard for the off-season for Wesley Visser's standards. He looks like he actually gained some muscle maturity or probably just added more tissue, which makes him look harder. I believe we will see Wesley Vissers at the Arnold Classic Ohio 2020, but before that happens, we can see that he is making some improvements on his physique, that's for sure. Look at this vacuum, it's looking really good. The lats are popping, the legs are getting bigger, it is most muscular, even though it's not a mandatory pose. In the classic physique, it still looks very, very good. So guys, what do you think about Wesley? Do you think he has the potential to win the Mr. Olympia Classic Physique next year, maybe in a couple of years? Do you think he actually has that? Or should he actually move to the Open maybe? But I don't think so. Me personally, I think he's absolutely well suited for the Classic. He needs to make some improvements, for example, his legs. And also he definitely must learn how to get peeled, but like properly peeled. Chris Bumstead level of conditioning. That's what he needs. To improve his legs a little, a couple of other body parts as well, and to come conditioned, to come peeled. And that's when he's gonna be a serious contender for that title. Oh, yeah, sorry, I totally forgot to mention what happened in 212 in this Monster Gym Korean Pro show. I think it's pretty safe to say that we have a case of a robbery. So this guy, his name is Ahmed El-Zadani, was second place, and the first place was, of course, everybody knows him, Hidetada Yamagishi. He was in the Generation Iron, the first movie, the Generation Iron from 2013, so he's a known guy, he's a very well-known guy. He's trained by Milos Sarcev as well, and so on, so he's definitely a huge name in the industry, but this guy that was second is basically a no-name guy. And I think this is an apparent case of a robbery. I don't see how he was able to win this. I don't see him winning a single pose. I think this was an obvious case of a robbery. Honestly, I'm just not that kind of a guy. I always want to trust the judges. I want to trust them to make the right decision. Even though sometimes it seems a little bit wrong, I just prefer to trust them. I just want to have that trust in the judging system. So when something like this happens, when there is absolutely no reason for me to think so, I just need to say it. This guy, Ahmed El-Zadani, was robbed. He was robbed. I don't really see it. I don't see how was he able to beat him. I just don't see it, guys. I'm sorry, but I think this was a straight robbery. Oh, and guys, while I was making this video, I actually just saw this on Instagram, and it's Flex Magazine. Very reliable source of information. Who wouldn't say something like this in vain? So let's read this. It says, Flex Magazine would like to extend our heartfelt thoughts and prayers to IFBB legend Flex Wheeler, who underwent emergency leg surgery, resulting in a partial below-the-knee amputation of his right leg. So yeah, it's what I was fearing. It's not just an infection from a shot. It could be an infection that spread throughout his entire lower leg, but I don't really see how that could have happened. Maybe because of his synthol injections in calves. I'm sure that he's done that because his arms looked very suspicious, especially in his later years. His biceps and triceps actually stayed very big and full after his retirement and after his forearms melted completely, so he was definitely using a lot of synthol or any kind of enhancement, site enhancement oil, so I'm sure he was using that in calves. So could have that been an infection from synthol use that spread out through his entire leg? It could be something else completely. We apparently do not know. We don't know at this point. I'm sure we will find out very soon. And as soon as it happens, I will update you guys. So this is huge. This is really horrible news. I mean, this is the ultimate legend of bodybuilding, the most aesthetic bodybuilder of all time. One of the greats, who now has no leg, basically. So, this is really big. This is really horrible. Anyways, guys, this is gonna do it for this video. Tell me what you think about this whole situation with Flex Wheeler. I wish him speedy recovery, but he's not gonna make a full recovery. his leg is not gonna grow back again, so he's gonna be without a leg. And this is really scary to talk about, let alone imagine it or see it. So yeah, let's wait for more information or some kind of photos. I will update you guys as soon as I get any of those, so subscribe and I don't know, what can I tell you? Stay healthy. All the best, guys. Bye bye.